In Japan's hierarchy of woe, aging demographics are a mere mondai problem, while the corporate implosion of Toshiba is a kiki crisis. Worst is a shoku shock, a term reserved for the ugliest market blights like 1970s oil shortages and the collapse of Lehman Brothers. There's a decent argument that at 1,543 points and a hair's breadth from its 12-month high, the Topix index is an accident waiting to happen, or at least ripe for profit-taking now that the Trump rally is done. Even if the yen holds below 110 into the summer, US protectionism seems virtually guaranteed, and many see rising risk of a global growth slump to which an index like the Topix is strongly geared. But according to Deutsche Bank, investors may be on course for a distinct, homegrown shoku of Japan's own, erupting between now and 2018 from government efforts to shorten working hours and make the labour market more friendly to the nation's overworked, childless, low-spending households. Few would deny that Japanese workers, in the main, tend to overdo things, and recent high-profile death by overwork cases have generated a following wind for reform. The shoku, however, could come if a reduction in overtime working hours, without certain key changes to tax incentives, leads to a cut in labour inputs, causes further tightening in the labour market, and hits corporate earnings with a hike in real hourly wages. A reduction in overtime pay could also hit private consumption. Japan, points out Deutsche, has form on this. The first shorter work hours shoku followed a 1987 amendment to the Labour Standards Law that revised down legal weekly working hours from 1989 and, says its economist, was a major cause of Japan's stagnation up until around 2004. Grim stuff, but as so often, the market may already be way ahead on this. Whether government and corporate rhetoric on working hours is genuine or frothy, it is hard to envisage an outcome that does not actively expand Japan's part-time labour force and boost temporary staffing agencies, of which there are many listed examples. Shares in Recruit, Temp Holdings, N Japan and Relo are all in respectable sight of all-time highs, suggesting that for every shoku there is a stock.